Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about. Baby, hold up. Okay, so the other day I went live. Shout out to everybody who was in the live the other day. And I was running my trap for about a minute, I believe, and I didn't realize that this microphone wasn't on. So, anyways, we're here. We bet down here to talk about the people. Let's get into this mess. So, Bruno Mars. Um, Bruno Mars got me feeling a little bit better about my financial situation. The people. Sometimes you look at your phone and you see, I ain't got it. You gonna have to wait. Okay, but it made me feel a whole lot better when I found out they say Bruno Mars owe 50, not $50, not 50,000. They say Bruno owe 50 million American dollars. So when I first saw this story published on the neighborhood talk, I was like, hold up. Listen, a lot of the stuff that we see on the internet, you can't believe everything. We're not gonna act like Miss Wanda. Shout out to Miss Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're not gonna act like Miss Wanda and say that just because it's on the World Wide Web that means that it's automatically true. Some of this stuff is just rumors, gossip, whatever, girl. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, that we don't know none of these folks' business. Um, but I guess, and I don't think about Bruno Mars that much, but I just didn't think that I would turn on my phone or hop online and see scuttlebutt of him owing $50 million to a casino. Other media outlets are starting to report on this story. I saw something from Complex, Yahoo, News Nation. So the girls in bars are picking this up. Again, this was the first reported from what I saw. It was reported by the Neighborhood Talk. So it says, "Ooh, sources say Bruno Mars is reportedly about $50 million in gambling debt with MGM casinos. They basically own him." According to at News Nation now, so I guess News Nation was the first person who reported on this. According to News Nation now, beloved star Bruno Mars reportedly has a gambling problem, child, a big one. So much so that he is reportedly millions of dollars in debt to his Vegas employer, MGM. A Vegas insider spoke with the outlet about Bruno's alleged unhealthy habit. They claim Bruno, who was once a professional poker player, is known around Vegas to rack up hefty debts at the table. As of recently, his debts have peaked to as high as 50 million. The insider says he owes millions to MGM from gambling. His debts have gotten as high as 50 million. The source said to News Nation MGM, MGM basically owns him. Bruno started his partnership with MGM back in 2016 when he did his first residency. He currently makes $90 million a year from his deal, but even after taxes, he still has to pay his debt back to MGM. He makes $90 million a year off of the deal he did with the casino, but then he has to pay his debt. Um, Mars makes about 1.5 million per night. 90 million after taxes is closer to 60 million for those who are wondering. As of right now, it seems like Bruno was in a 360 deal with MGM. Let me just say some neighborhood talk. Some of this stuff, y'all just being repetitive. Y'all could have took some of this out because y'all really repeated yourself twice. Anyways, he has just opened up a new lounge inside of the Bellagio, an MGM property, and he is set to start more shows at the MGM with his group Silk Sonic very soon. Listen, speaking of Silk Sonic, the insider dropped some tea on the group as well. They claimed that when they reneged on their nominations for the 2022 Grammys a few years ago, the real reason was because they had allegedly split. The insider says Anderson Paak reportedly demanded more money from what the group was making. This isn't hard to believe given that Bruno allegedly has some financial issues that we touched on previously. All in all, they've seemingly made up because they have shows coming up. Woo, thoughts and neighbors. Well, listen, Bruno, I'm gonna need you to take care of your pussy bill, okay? Because we running around here, girl, trying to duck and dodge 1,000 or two or three, or maybe four or five. You out here owing the girls 50 million. That's a lot of money. Now I know they say that he makes about 90 million a year after taxes. They say it could be around 60. Um, and that's still a lot of money. Don't get it twisted. But Taraji gave us, girl, one-on-one. I don't know if it's the same across the board when it comes to finance one-on-one for the entertainment industry. But the girls start out making a lot of money. But girl, once you start to pay everybody that you owe, so is that 90 million that he makes a year just for Bruno Mars, or does he have to also split that amongst the group, managers, publicists, background singers, dancers? Like, you see what I'm saying? I almost feel like that's probably what they get from the show. And because I don't see Bruno Mars making 1.5 million. Because I read somewhere, hold up, let me make sure. Because I saw this on another post that he makes basically 1.5 million per night. That's what they reported, girl. I mean, I don't want to allow nobody. Hold up, where is it at? Where's the T? Where's the T, baby? I think it was Hollywood Unlocked who said he makes about 1.5 million per night. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, they said Mars makes 1.5 million per night. This is according to Hollywood Unlocked. So even if with the 1.5 million a night, I'm thinking that's for everybody included, not just Bruno Mars. I could be wrong, but do y'all think he's making 1.5 million and then the other group members are making what they're making, or is that the 1.5 million and then they do whatever they need to do with it? Anyways, I still feel like that's not a lot of money, especially when you owe someone 50 million. And girl, that ain't counting your girl. That's just one bill collector, girl. Girl, that's just one. You owe a bitch 50 million. You still gotta pay your mortgage. You still gotta pay your car notes. You still gotta pay your insurance. You got to pay your cell phone bill. Girl, unless you got an Obama phone. You know what I'm saying? Girl, and then, and if you're making that type of money, sometimes people are taking care of their family members, right? Their loved ones. So you still gotta pay your mama bill, your daddy bills, your sister bills, your nieces, private education. I'm just making up bills at this point, but I'm just saying that 50 million that he owes to MGM, that's not his only bill. Okay? So even with him bringing in what he's making, once he starts to pay the people that need to be paid, again, publicists, managers, all that stuff, girl, that money starts to go away. And you still owe these people 50 million, girl. I don't want you to, girl, I do not want to wake up one day and they say Bruno Mars disappeared. 50 million is a lot of money, girl. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, girl. Girl, girl, girl. Have you ever had to pay somebody back $50, and you feel like the world's about to come to an end because you owe them people $50, right? So can you imagine having to owe somebody 50 million? I would just die. Girl, I don't know what we gonna do. Girl, let me tell you something. Vegas is not the place to be. This is just my opinion. If you are someone who suffers from gambling addiction or alcoholism, girl, that's not the place to be. That's just not the place to be at all. Because girl, on the strip, you can buy alcohol pretty much 24/7, from what I understand. Probably other places in Vegas too. Um, and the casinos are open 24/7. Now, do I think that Bruno Mars is going to be living in under a bridge next to Ashley's mama in a tent? No, not anytime soon. But if he keeps it up, girl, maybe. Right? Bruno Mars, you make too much money to be living like regular people, paycheck to paycheck. That don't make no sense. I hope Bruno. Anyways, all right, y'all. Let's move on. Shout out to Bruno Mars with his singing self. Bruno Mars, know he can sing. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Even though I really didn't get into that Silk Sonic group, I thought it was no shade. I just thought it was a parody on like Motown music. I did. I didn't. I couldn't get into it. I wasn't interested. It just gave me very much just a parody. It did. Oh, listen to this. Jennifer Lopez cancels multiple dates on This Is Me Now tour amid weak ticket sales. According to Variety, new shows in Cleveland, Nashville, Raleigh, Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans, and Houston were listed as canceled on Ticketmaster as of Wednesday. While the tour is still scheduled for a robust 30 shows, large numbers of tickets at most of the tour's dates remained unsold, judging by the seating charts on Ticketmaster. However, it is worth noting that 3 shows are added to the itinerary in Miami, Toronto, and our hometown of New York, a week after the tour was originally announced. Girl, let me say something, girl. I didn't listen to Jennifer Lopez's new album. Um, I'm not mad at Jennifer Lopez for living out her dreams and doing what she want to do. But I ain't heard nobody talk about Jennifer Lopez and music in a while. I think it's one thing for you to come out with an album just because you just want to do something because you bored and you rich enough to do it, and it's probably not going to affect your bottom line. But are people really just like are people? I don't know. I just don't understand why Jennifer Lopez is going on tour because clearly nobody wants to see Jennifer Lopez on tour now, girl. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit y'all, girl. One of my favorite albums of all time is J Lo. Maybe this album right here. Let me show y'all. This one right here. This one right here. This one right here. Baby, baby, I wear this album out to this day. Y'all see it's downloaded. Y'all see that check? Y'all see that check? Y'all see it's downloaded. Girl, when I tell you I wear this album out to this day. I don't care what none of y'all say. Girl, this album is my album. Yes. Girl, I love this J-Lo album. Girl. hmm I think this album came out right when I was about to graduate from high school. I think I was either I was in high school, either I had just started my freshman year in college. And girl, I've been bumping that album since 2001. Hello? And I ain't stopped. Girl, that is my album. Anyways, shout out to Jennifer Lopez, girl. Like I said, girl, I feel like Jennifer Lopez is just doing something just to do it. I think it's one thing if she wanted to come out, like I said, with an album, maybe even like a song, a video here or there. But girl, are y'all Jennifer? I don't think people really care to see you on tour. Who am I? Okay, I'm talking about Jennifer. Jennifer ain't talking about me. So don't nobody give a damn about you going on no tour, girl. Save your money, girl. Go over there and girl be with your husband and them children. Sit your ass down because don't nobody want to see you on tour. Okay, shit. All right, listen to this. United Airlines 737 found to be missing exterior panel after completing flight from California to Oregon. So, child, this is according to the Shade Room. What's going on with these planes? The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating after a United Airlines 737-800 was missing an external panel when it landed in Oregon on Friday. The FAA says the missing panel was discovered during post-landing airline inspection. According to reports, the flight from San Francisco International Airport to Rogue Valley International Medford Airport landed safely as scheduled. Roomies, are you scared to fly after all these recent incidents? You ain't never heard. Every time I look up, girl, United, either your wheels falling off your plane, girl, the panels falling off your planes. You know, I fly United the most. Um, Spirit and United, but United the most. Most of the time I fly Spirit is because I'm going to Vegas, and Vegas always has cheap flight. I don't know why, but Spirit flights to Vegas are always cheap, like dirt cheap. And sometimes they be cheap going to Atlanta too. But really, Vegas, girl, you can go to Vegas, girl. I remember one time I saw a flight to Atlanta for $48 on Spirit. I said, hold up. $48, $24 there, and $24 back. I still remember. But yeah, I fly United the most. Um, so I'm gonna need United to get it together because Spirit, as much as you talk about Spirit, girl, your flight might get canceled. Okay, you might be stranded for a day or three. Ain't never happened to me. I ain't never had those experiences y'all claim y'all have. Not to say that your experiences are not real. I'm just saying I've never had those experiences. Um, the most I had, the worst situation that I've had with is my flight was delayed for I think it was like 2 or 3 hours, but I was actually going to Vegas. This was probably like last year, I believe, in my flight, but it was because it was due to weather. So, I mean, girl, but I ain't never heard of no wheels falling off of Spirit. I ain't never heard of no panel missing. Girl, y'all just, girl, they just putting us in the air, girl. They just putting us in the air in a 1978 girl Chevy Cadillac DeVille. Girl, just all they doing is slapping a fresh coat of paint on these planes, putting some fix a flat in the tires, and girl, girl, no telling who they got working on these planes. On some real stuff, you know, I don't like for people to lose their jobs because jobs are hard to come by. Whoever job that it was to make sure that that wheel that flew off on that plane while it was in the air should be fired. No questions asked. Sorry if you got kids, a wife, a side chick, a husband, I don't know. Girl, you can't play with people's lives like that. You should be terminated. Sorry. And also, whoever job it was to make sure that panel wasn't supposed to go missing, they should be terminated too. Girl, when y'all want to have these serious ass jobs, girl, and don't want to take your job seriously. There is people on the plane trying to get where they gotta go and get back home. Okay? And girl, we can't get back home if y'all got wheels falling off the plane. Shit. And y'all know I don't even like flying. That's why my nerves be bad. I be having be half-ass drunk by the time I get on the plane. Girl, gotta take a Benadryl or something to go to sleep. Girl, I just be flying 2.5, 3 hours. That's the most I be going up the street. Nerves be shook, girl. And y'all wonder why? Cause shit like this. Anyways, United, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. I want to start flying Delta, but Delta too expensive. United be just right. Delta is too expensive. Shout out to all the girls who can afford who fly Delta because I really want to be Delta fish. That's my. I want to be a Delta girl. I love Delta. The times I do fly Delta, I just be feeling rich. Y'all don't? Do y'all feel rich when y'all fly Delta? I be feeling rich. I be feeling like a rich black woman. I do. I love Delta. Delta have cheap flights, not cheap. They have reasonable price flights when you go to New York. New York, sometimes they have reasonable flights. I was looking at a flight to LA because I want to go to LA. The price were reasonably priced. Um, they were reasonably priced through um, United and Delta. Yeah, Miami. Usually, American have good prices sometimes to Miami too. But yeah, most of the ones I usually fly is usually it's usually United American Spirit, Delta. Delta is the last one, but Delta is my favorite airline. It's just something about Delta that made me feel like a rich black woman all deep down inside my soul. I do. I get on with my nose stuck in the air, even though I be sitting on row 37. Even though I be sitting way in the back by the goddamn laboratory, girl, I be feeling like a rich black woman. I do. I get on, girl, my backpack. I be doing all of that. Have my sunglasses on. Don't be looking nobody in their face as I look for as I look for row 37D. I be cracking myself up. Oh, I be cracking myself up. Anyways, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.